Hey, I wanted to show you a script that I was working on this afternoon. What its goal is to find CSS classes that only have a single attribute that we can replace with a utility class. I'll give you an example. So in the GitLab code base, we have compare version container, and this only has one attribute, a minimum width of 0. So what I want to do is replace this class with the equivalent utility class, so GL width 0, I guess. So that's what I want to do. And so I've been writing this script to do that. So I'll show you how it works. So first of all, maybe it's useful to show you what I was looking for. So no, I'll show you the script. Sorry. Okay, so if we start from the start, what this does is it's looking for single attribute classes to start with. So it's looking in the GitLab directory. Anyway, you can read the code if you want. It's all on my... anyway, you can read it. So what this does is it looks through the GitLab code base and it looks for files with the path name of SCSS, and it looks at the content of this, and it's looking for a class name using this regex, so any class. And then when it finds a class, what we then do is we take that that match, so that the entire class, and we find the class name. So the entire class will be this, and the name would be just this bit, and then the attribute is this. So here are some regexes to find those things, and then we have a list of the CSS, and this looks for CSS class with just one attribute, because it goes open brackets, new line, dot anything, new line, close brackets. Okay, and then what it does is it gets a suggested util class, and the way this works is it looks at utilities.scss in GitLab-UI with this regex, and what this regex does is it looks for the attribute name and it gets the class. So I'll show you. I thought GitLab-UI was open. Okay, so it's looking for min width in this case, and it's getting this class name here. That's what this does. Fine. Sorry. I lost. Yeah. Okay. So what this is doing is it's finding the util class that has this single attribute, and then we are back to here. So now we have our suggested utility class. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'll show you why. It works when we have, so these are the attributes and these are the suggested class. So yeah, it's never going to find this because it's got a variable in it. This doesn't exist because it's like we shouldn't be using 640 pixels, but mid width 0 we do have. Also word break all we do, display flex obviously we do. So it looks for the ones where we have an equivalent that's exactly the same, and then what we do is we take that entire class from the SCSS file that we found it in, and we remove it. We replace it with nothing, and then we update the file, and then what we do is we find every reference to that class in GitLab, and we look for the class name with this regex, and then we replace it with the suggested utility class, and then we update that file. And that's it, and it works pretty well. Let me show you. So we can do this in real time. I should have started this going. I don't know what to tell you while it runs, but yeah, we can see it running live. So what it's doing is it's finding this class that only has one attribute, and it's deleting it, and then it is finding every time we reference compare versions container, and it's replacing it with the utility class that we found that has that same attribute. And yeah, that's what it does. So this is flex truncate parent, and we've got flex truncate parent, and it's replacing it with GL display flex. Is that right? Let's check. Yes, it is. Because the only thing that flex truncate parent does is display flex. So we're replacing it with display flex. Yeah. And then also text word break, we're replacing it with the util class. So GL word break all. Yeah, the extra good thing about this is because I wrote it with the script, we can test the accuracy, and then we should be able to merge with not a lot of testing, because we know that these classes, the attribute is going to be the same, the specificity is the same, so I don't think we actually need to test this at all. We can pretty confidently merge it, I think. Yeah, thanks for watching.